think there's like getting double feedback or whatever. But welcome back.
Sounded good.
It's a remix. So tonight we're gonna do a little bit of off season. I guess looking into the off season, and then maybe we'll get one little mock in.
Look into the crystal ball. Oh,
Yeah.
we're ready for a mock. We're even gonna mock it up. Wow.
Yeah, I mean,
Wow.
I'm prepared to at least do the first 3 rounds, but I mean, since you have access to
We're
some
gonna mock it up,
rounds,
baby.
and we actually have access to the PFF full mock. I think we should just try just a mock draft. We'll just try it. But I guess to start off,
Just for fun, man.
what are some of the bigger needs that you think that they'll address in the free agency before the draft?
Oh, that's a tough question. Are you asking me what they're gonna do or what they should do?
I mean, I guess it's both.
We're so early. Let's not be predictive. Let's help out the squad, right? I mean, we know that Zach Taylor and Duke Tobin must at least get word of this, right? So let's do their work for them. Let's make it easy. Let's help them, right? Fix the team. And if that's the case, all free agent money should be spent on saving up for Jamar Chase and signing offensive linemen. And then maybe keep a little bit on the side for like some like cheaper veterans at positions of need. But I would not get any premier free agents, kind of like first day, second day signings. Like I say, you do scout out whoever the top tackle is, whoever the top guard is, and go break the bank and sign them. Everybody else on the team, too bad, so sad. Best of luck. See you later.
I thought we looked at it. Isn't Jonah? He might be considered the top tackle in this free agency.
I think when we looked at it last time, but I don't want to say that we said he was the best. We said that if they could do better, do better. If they re-sign Jonah, I wouldn't be against it. But if the opportunity presents itself to find a better free agent, if I remember my position right, if we can find a better free agent, sign them, right? If the best you can do in terms of the veteran tackle market is Jonah Williams, then yeah, re-sign them. But to me, I would go find someone better. The Bengals need better offensive linemen. Period.
Do we have a list of who the tackles are going to be this offseason? Is that the website?
There's a list here. Wait, that's the top tackles. That's the top. Here you go. Top free agent tackles. So Tyron Smith, Trent Brown, Mike Onwenu. So I guess both of the Patriots tackles are considered top free agents.
Interesting.
Mekhi Becton, and then Jonah Williams is listed as 5. So according to PFF, Mekhi Becton, Mike Onwenu, Trent Brown, and Tyron Smith are better. Tyron Smith makes me interested, but
isn't he?
I think he's. Yeah, I mean,
I think that's the only problem.
Yeah, I would not go with that.
Because I think you got to find a good mix of proven, like they got to have a good track record, and then age. Mm-hmm. And if you factor all that stuff in, then it's like Jonah.
Yeah, I mean, to me, it's like maybe you go Trent Brown. I don't know.
But Trent Brown, I think, is still like 28.
Yeah.
I think they're all. I mean, don't get me wrong. If it's an upgrade, and maybe
so they're projecting Jonah Williams.
Yeah, I take Trent Brown, but
they're projecting Jonah Williams.
I was looking at it. Jonah's
4 years,
like
64 million,
or something like that. So he's.
I mean, it's tough. I mean, Mekhi Becton is like elite size and athletic ability, from what I remember. But like,
he's old though. He's super.
I
old.
just have seen so many stats of him just getting worked, or not stats, highlights of him just getting worked by
that
defensive ends.
His career in Pittsburgh, I think.
Yeah, I mean, this is kind of ridiculous, right? It's just like, oh, they rank Mike Onwenu Never heard of him.
I just think
as being number 3, and they have him as 4 years, $58 million.
I think they had Jonah projected to make like 15 million or
They
something
have
like
him
that.
projected to do 16 a year here. 4
Oh,
years,
you can see the
64.
projections. Hold on, let
Yeah,
me
right
make this a
there.
little bit bigger. Hold on. Oh, okay, I see it. Yeah, I see it. 16 million.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, still okay. So, like, I get why it's important to get someone that's proven,
Mm-hmm.
and I would tend to want to go to that route too. But I just feel like for
Pass block
16 million a year,
pass
like,
block grade is 75, and then Jonah Williams pass block grade is 63. I don't know. I would sign this guy. I would go with Mike and Wennu, based on the daters, or Trent Brown, both better according to the rankings. I don't know if it's that easy, but I mean, personally, I think the Bengals are going to have a hard time re-signing Jonah Williams. I think
yeah, no, I think he's
I
gone.
think he was kind of upset with the position move, and I think he's just going to cash in and move on. Because if you, I would. We don't know anything, obviously, but if I were to bet money. No, sorry, I thought it was going to be a drum roll. If I were to bet money, I would think that Jonah Williams wants to be a left tackle. I think he takes pride in that, based on what I've seen. So I would think that he would want to go someplace where, even if he had to sign on as right tackle, there was like a path for him to play left tackle again. I would not be surprised if Jonah Williams breaks the bank, because
Yeah, I think he's gonna
I
get a
could
pretty
see a
sweet
team
deal.
talking themselves into it, right?
Well, that and I think out of all the ones that we've seen, he's the youngest, so he's the most likely to get a 4 or 5 year deal. To where these other people are probably going to get like a 2 or 3 year deal if they want to max out their per year salary.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I kind of see it as Jonah probably going to be gone, because I think the tackle that we're going to bring in, if we do go the free agency route, like they're going to be what we may consider an upgrade from Jonah, but at the same time they're going to take some type of discount, right? They're not going to get the premium price for what they're probably worth. So I mean, I could probably see one of those linemen that are from the Patriots maybe taking a little bit less, because I think they're a little bit older too.
Mm-hmm.
If they are looking for that championship, or trying to find that team that has championship potential. But for me, it's still like just seeing what the options are out there versus like what we can get in the draft in the first round. That's most likely going to be there. I just feel like you're better off just drafting, because I think what they're gonna do is they're gonna spend the money on defense. Like I feel like you kind of have to spend the money on defensive tackle. And I think
We're
that's
out of where that window is gone. To me, the window's closed. You can't spend money on defense. There's no money. All the money's going to Burrow and Chase. You can't. There is no money, right? You have to be young on defense. You can spend money on pass rushers, but everybody else has to be rookie contracts. I mean, maybe you spend a little bit on corner, but I mean, to me, the Bengals lot is set. They've got all their money in Burrow, and then they need to keep Burrow healthy. So they need to put the money in the offensive line, and then do what they can on defense to just make it work.
Yeah, but they were paying Reader about 15 million, and I think they can still pay around that range and maybe potentially get someone that's younger and that probably has like a higher ceiling.
Yeah, but I mean, to me, it's just like, if you're going to spend money, you got to get pass rush. You can't spend money on interior guys. You have to draft them, develop them, and do duct tape, find guys.
Yeah, I think they'll do both. I think they'll probably have to sign a veteran free agent one way or another, and then I think they'll draft for like depth. I think that's
I mean, but to me, if you're trying to find a good interior offensive or defensive lineman, picking 18 is probably not a bad place to try to do it from. Like, you're trying to find a defensive tackle that's like a guy that can stop the run, maybe get the occasional sack. Then you find a guy first round defensive tackle, put him in there, plug him in as a starter. I mean, I'm very, very much a believer in the if you're a first round pick, you have to be a starter. If you're a second round pick, you have to start at least halfway through the season. You can't spend first round picks on guys who aren't starters from day one. So, I mean, obviously what you said, like the path of getting on offensive tackle also fits that mold, but I just
it's
seen it too many times where they waste picks on offensive linemen that can't play.
There's just way more talented offensive tackles that are coming out versus defensive tackles. I mean,
all right, well, let's look at that list. So here are the rankings for tackles. So they got,
I think the top 5 or 6 tackles would give us what Jonah gives us, or maybe even potentially we could get.
See, I just don't see how you can say that,
because they're good tackles. I mean, they're just
in college. They're not blocking. They're not blocking the guys that the Bengals face week in and week out. They're just not.
Well, if you look at like JC Latham, the guy from Alabama, or the guy that I think the Bengals are going to get, the Mims from Georgia. I mean, they're
his
playing
his season grade's 75, right? In college. I don't know. I wonder if you could look up. I wonder if we could look up Jonah Williams from like a few years ago. That'd be pretty cool, wouldn't it?
I don't see why you wouldn't be able to. It just depends if they were recording grades back then for college players.
Player grades. Position. Tackle. Draft year. There we go. What year was Jonah Williams?
It had to be 5 years ago. Either 2018, 2019.
I bet you it was 19. There you go. Jonah Williams.
So this was 58. Unless that was for his actual year.
I don't know. It's confusing because these are his 2023 grades.
I mean, if that's his overall grade, 58, I feel like that's upgradable, whether it's free agency or.
Yeah, I mean, you just look at it like I mean, it's hard to find a starting tackle that was much worse, right?
And don't get me wrong, like I think Jonah was solid, but at the same time, like what he's going to want to get paid versus like what we got, it's like I feel like you're better off. Now, if it was one of those drafts where there wasn't much coming out, then it's like, yeah, you kind of have to pay the guy or bring in. But I feel like these tackles are kind of like what you need versus like what the NFL is producing right now. It's like these are like the Mims guy. He's like 6'7". Like he's a monster. He's like
I mean, JC Latham 6'6".
Yeah, they're all huge.
Fuaga 6'6". Fashanu 6'6". Joe Alt 6'8". Yeah, I mean, like they've all got the build for it, but I mean, Cedric Ogbuehi was like 6'8" and moved like a ballerina, but he didn't like to hit people. So I don't know.
Yeah, I mean that would be my only drawback in terms of getting some of these. I mean, I think 3 of them, like if you look at JC Latham, the guy from Penn State, and then Alt, I think they're all pretty polished. But I think the first 2, I think technically they're left tackles. So that I don't know how that affects anything, because I'm sure maybe they can move to the right, but I think their preference would be left tackle. But the last 3, Mims, was it Fuego, or Fuaga, and then Latham. They're all right tackles, but they're I think they're just like the new age tackles. Like they move really well for their size. I don't know. I think the one that has the biggest upside is Mims, but the problem is that he's very much like the guy that we were just talking about. The one that the Bengals drafted.
Cedric Obayi.
Kind of but Mims, like, he hasn't had that much playing time, but when he does play, he's like a monster. Like, he's 6'7", 340, and he's like huge, but he moves really well. Like, he's like the guy that you want, and he's from Georgia. Like, he's like,
yeah.
how could you not?
I don't know. I mean,
Bengals fan?
I don't know, man. To me, sign the free agent, draft the guy in the 4th round. If you're going to try to develop a guy,
do both, right?
I would be fine with that. But do not spend a 1st through 3rd round pick on offensive line, because the Bengals waste those picks.
To sign a starting right tackle right out of the gate in free agency, it's not going to happen.
Why not?
To me, the position the Bengals should draft,
I think they should go wide receiver.
In the 1st round?
Yeah.
Here, let's just spark up the mock draft. Let's just get it ready.
Man, you love the mocks. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
All right, let's see.
I'm for whatever reason, I'm pretty excited this year in the mocks. I mean,
well, the reason is you're always excited, which is good.
No. I mean, yes and no, but what I'm saying is, compared to the other years, I'm actually like.
So how many rounds are we going to do?
Let's just do 7.
All 7 rounds. Woof. We'll do turbo. And
you need to do turbo. Just do it fast.
Let's we'll do middle.
Make sure you click the Bengals.
Middle, or let's do middle randomness too.
I don't think you need to do all that.
I think we want randomness because it's so early, right? No, but you know, I mean, the combine hasn't happened. None of that stuff's happened. I feel like you got to take everything with a grain of salt. Let's make it random, right?
All right. Well, let's see how it goes. Because I think what we could do is we could do 2. Because I think the way we got to assume the free agency is like, whatever we do in free agency, you're going to do the opposite. And
all right, I'm going to let you draft. You're up. Who you got? You got Brock Bowers.
Wow. Okay. Can you scroll down a little bit? I can't see.
Oh, in here. Sorry.
Man, this is crazy. This is like a really good board for the Bengals.
Yeah.
I just want to see.
Let's look at who went, right? So according in this random thing, quarterback that makes sense.
Like literally every lineman I wanted went.
Tackle. So 4 tackles. So you can still get the 5th tackle. No, there he is. Mims went.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, to me, well, no, this is your pick. You want me to show anything?
Can you scroll back up? Wow, this is crazy. This is
the board. Do you want me to look at any position?
I mean, obviously you would know, because I think out of the top 5, I pretty much know what I want. I know most people want to get Bowers, which, I mean, makes a lot of sense. Don't get me wrong.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, based off of what just happened, which I don't think this is really going to happen in real life, but I think we're going to take Latu, the defensive end out of UCLA.
Okay, I like that.
Because I would hate for him to go to the Steelers. If he slid to the Steelers, that would suck.
Well, that means that the Bengals are going to pick him. It feels like every year that there's a dude that we want and also do not want the Steelers to get. The Bengals always pass and the Steelers get them.
But the thing is like in this league is like you have to have multiple. I don't want to say premier pass rushers, but you have to have multiple pass rushers that can consistently get to the quarterback. Yeah. We have one, and I think
there's a lot of quarterbacks in the beginning of the 2nd round. You got JJ McCarthy, Quinn Ewers, Bo Nix.
I think it's partly because the randomness is up a little bit. But
but there are a lot of quarterbacks, I think. So they got Michael Penix.
can you scroll down on the list to see what's available?
Sure. Sorry.
Because I okay, yeah. That's who I want. I want Xavier Worthy.
Mm,
Although I'm pretty sure he's not going to be in the second round, but that's the guy I want.
okay.
He can return punts, but mainly I think I looked it up. He runs between like a 4.2 and a 4.3 around that range,
Nice.
and I think
I'm like Al Davis, man. Just I want speed, and I want to wear
that's
white
the blueprint.
tracksuits
That's like
everywhere I go.
basically everything that I'm picking has to do with speed, especially when it comes to the offense in the first half of the draft. Is that I think the Dolphins proved it. Like you just got to have speed. Speed is it right now to beat some of these defenses. Is this the third round pick?
Yeah, you're in the third round. I'm
Can you
just kind of
see what running backs are available?
yeah. Let's see. I can. Oh, we got trade offered. You want to look at your trade offer?
Nah, I feel like they
Oh,
have
no.
enough picks. Like,
Okay, you got Blake Corum. I like Blake Corum.
no, I want Trey Benson.
You want Benson? I like the old Donovan Edwards look fast in that.
He did, but I looked it up. He wasn't really that fast. But that's why I went Trey Benson. Trey
How
Benson.
fast is Benson?
I looked it up. They say he's like a 4.37 ish.
Okay, well, you got him.
So
Okay, so you're completely ignoring like defensive interior, tight end, and tackles. It's like
well,
needs. Oh, you got 3 trade offers.
I mean, I don't think, like I said, if we make it to the draft, we're either going to address either the tackle position on offense or the tackle position on defense. Like, there's no way we're going to get to the draft needing a starting defensive tackle and a starting right. So, like, I'm
Yeah, but
assuming,
you need depth.
right. But I mean, yeah, I mean, the reason why I picked the ones that I picked are because they're fast and like you're not going to get some of these prospects later in the draft. But
I
um,
mean, I disagree. I think you can get fast guys anywhere in the draft.
yeah, but if you're trying to replace like a Tyler Boyd or whatever, like I don't want to wait until
I mean, he's already on the team. Charlie Jones is already on the team.
yeah, but I don't think he's necessarily going to replace Tyler Boyd and everything that he did. I think
I don't think anybody you pick in the 4th round is going to be better than Charlie Jones.
I know. That's why I picked him in the second round, and his name is
Sick burn. Hey, I'm sorry. I'm being too critical. This is
well,
this is
that's
your
what I'm saying.
draft,
Like the
man.
guy that I
This is
picked
your
is like
draft.
he could be a clear number 3, potentially a number 2 if you need him to be. If he projects well,
I think the number 3 spot is filled. I like drafting a number 2.
I think we're okay at the number 3 spot, but we're gonna have to get a receiver regardless because I don't think we're gonna re-sign Boyd and Irwin. I think we do bring Irwin back, but we still have one spot for receiver.
I think we bring Irwin back. I don't think to me
Right, but we're losing Boyd
I've
and Irwin,
gone
so we still
I've
need a
gone
spot
back
to
and
fill.
forth. To me, you got to let Higgins and Boyd go, and you got to draft his replacement, sign an offensive tackle. That's my strategy, but that's too much about me. What are you doing? What do you want to look at? You want to look at these trades?
No.
Okay.
No, I just want to see the top available players. Can you scroll down a little bit?
Yep.
Yeah, I feel like in this round. Here, can you go back up?
Yep. All right.
Center.
Do this.
That's interesting. I think at this point, I'm going to trust I think you take the best available corner at this part of the draft.
So Nehemiah Pritchett.
Yeah.
Yeah, bang.
I was potentially thinking about safety, but I think some of the ones that didn't drop,
Mm-hmm.
because there's one from Michigan that sometimes was there. So I feel like this might be a good round to get a tight end. But we'll see. Because I think they could go for linebacker, tight end, defensive tackle probably. But
Wow, Brew McCoy. Interesting.
all right, go back up.
You want to filter?
No, I think. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go for the best safety right there. We'll take the safety from Wake Forest.
Okay, that worked out before, right?
Yeah, because I feel like one of those tight ends I was looking at will still be there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, he was.
There he
Look
goes.
at
Yeah, let's take Stover.
that. Okay, bang.
And then I feel like at this point, you kind of have to take the best available defensive tackle.
We're gonna wait all the way till the 6th round to
Yeah,
address that
because
position.
I'm fairly confident that they're not going to wait until the draft because it's just the talent's not there for defensive tackle. It's like you're going to have to really hope that the one or two that you have to get fall to you. So I don't know. I just feel like it's more of a risk. But Florida Atlantic. Can we see the picks that we've had already? Oh, okay. Okay, it shows we have 3 more picks. Okay. All right. I see.
Wait, analysis. I guess you just have to remember.
Okay.
what you
Okay.
did.
No. That's fine. I'll take that. I'll take that linebacker.
Michael Barrett.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, we are in like the 7th round of,
It's the 6th round, so I think we're now is the 7th. I see that there's 2 more remaining picks. So
all right, we got 2 7th round picks.
okay. There we go. Gabe Hall.
Okay.
Boom. Baylor too. So you know he's huge.
You don't know any of that, do you?
No.
Okay.
Let's see. I think technically they can go for another receiver. Actually, no. Let's go. Let's double dip at tight end. I want that.
Eric All.
Yeah. Gotta get the
All
one
right.
from Iowa, right?
Yeah, I like drafting Iowa tight ends. I think I'm gonna copy that.
That was such a crazy draft. Well, the first round that really threw me off.
Hey,
Wow,
you
they
got B
hit it by
plus.
Trey Benson pick. That's crazy to me.
Yeah, they hated that.
If you watch his highlights,
Okay, so
he's
you
the perfect
need
running
so
back
the Bengals go into this draft as it stands, needing defensive interior, tight end, and what else? Tackle.
tackle. Yeah.
And you address the first need at round 5. Although I don't know that it's a bad idea. I mean, if you can get a guy that you believe can get to the quarterback at 18.
Oh no, that's. I don't think he'll be there, but if he's there, he'll make it interesting depending who's available. Because like he's like the perfect prospect for us.
Yeah.
If you're looking for an edge rusher, because I think he can rush either side.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like early on, like I said, we need someone to be able to rush on the other side from Trey that can cause a little bit more pressure, and then you can keep Hubbard in when you know they're going to run. So it's like
Yeah.
I think Hubbard needs to be a little bit more of a specialty guy versus like an every down guy.
Okay, my turn. Same thing. Bang. Okay. So I have no trade offers. Let's see what I got.
Damn.
JC Latham at tackle. Amarius Mims. This is the board you wanted to see.
I know. It's weird. I feel like we had the wrong boards. You should have had mine because
I know I should have. I would. I would have.
The
I would have
receivers are
cooked. I would have cooked with yours. That's the thing, though. Like, I'm not against drafting an edge rusher.
I feel like with this board, I mean, I would still take Latham just because he's. I think. Oh no, there's Mims. Actually, no, I take that back. I take Mims.
Yeah, I'm gonna go corner. Let's see what else we got. Who got picked? Quarterback, tackle, wide receiver, corner, tight end, tackle, interior, lots of quarterbacks. This seems more like what I would expect.
Yeah, I think the quarterbacks. I think there's going to be at least 3 quarterbacks before the Bengals get picked or pick, maybe even 4, especially with so many coaching changes. But this is good. I like it where it kind of makes you think because you kind of have to go out of your comfort zone.
Yeah. Man, I'll have to go edge too. See who got picked. Tackles, wide receiver, corner. I got trade offer.
Wait, what?
What? Selected.
You can get Keon Coleman in the 2nd round?
What? Hold on a second. Are they offering me a trade? What's this? Selected.
Yeah, because it says you're on the clock. That's.
But they have a 1 there. Like someone's offering me a trade.
Yeah, isn't it the Raiders?
That's what it appears to be. But what are they offering me?
I don't know. I can't tell.
Okay. So you got Keon Coleman, TJ Tampa.
There was some speculation that we might take Keon Coleman in the 1st round. He's like another one of those because he's kind of got like the body type of Higgins. I think he's like 6'3", 6'4".
Slow.
Fast. No, I think he's fast.
Oh, okay.
I think they probably have a.
I'm going the defensive interior.
Jenkins.
Yeah. I don't know about Michael Sturdivant. He's probably not fast. Oh, I got 3 trade offers. Oh, wait. Oh, for this one. Can get that.
You're gonna get more picks.
Yeah. I can get all their picks.
What the heck? They're really.
Nice. Oh, look at that. I was going to pick Corum. Got him anyways.
Wow, that worked out really well for you.
Yeah. All right. Didn't you draft Pritchett?
Yeah. Just because he was the best available corner according to their grades.
Oh, I got trades. Who I got? Cleveland Browns. Nope. Falcons. Nice. This is how I play Madden, man. Just rack up trades. Okay.
You still have 11 picks, it looks like.
Yeah.
No, 12.
Nice.
You can draft the whole Michigan offense, I guess. Defense.
Yeah. I can go tight end.
I do think they probably will go for a guard eventually. That would also make sense because I feel like depth wise,
What are we, round 5? I gotta draft a running back.
I think you did already. You drafted that Quorum.
Oh yeah. Whoops.
It's all right.
It's all right.
I think you still have 10 picks. So
Okay, so now you get your swing tackle.
did you even draft a tight end yet?
Yeah.
Okay.
I gotta go. Moose Muhammad. Okay. A double dip at edge.
All right. You only have 7 more picks.
I have 7 more picks.
Yeah. You see the picks remaining?
No. I go safety.
It's not a bad option. I feel like with corner or receiver, if you have like 3 picks of each, you're gonna hit on one of them, right? Like,
I can go backup QB, Sam Hartman.
have you picked a linebacker yet?
I can't remember. I'll
I don't
draft
think you
another one
have.
just to be sure.
'Cause I feel like they'll probably need a linebacker.
Oh, we gotta get Bryce Foster, cousin Foster.
There you go. Center too.
I don't know who any of these people are. Oh, I'm gonna draft Eric Hall. I like that pick.
Yeah.
Let's see here. This is my last pick, man. I gotta make this one count. Oh, dude. The Iowa punter. Dude.
Torrey Taylor.
Dude, I gotta get an A+, right? I got so many dudes.
Holy moly.
This is cheating, though. I mean, it's just like, yeah, just trade down and like always pick the highest. You know what I mean? Highest value.
Yeah.
Okay, so what did I do? I did edge, defensive interior, halfback, tight end. I mean, this generally goes with what I would want to see the Bengals do. I mean, edge would be
Do you want
great.
to draft 14 players?
Yes, I want that. Well, honestly, I do. I think the value for the so to me, it's like to be a good NFL team, you need stars and you need role players, right? Bengals already have their stars. They need like role players, right? So yeah, if they can trade down, I would trade down. You know? You get volume, right? But I mean, I I have to admit, I am very partial to Iowa football. I just love Iowa football. There's something about it. I'm all in, man. If I can get an Iowa tight end in the 7th round any day of the week, I'd be ecstatic. If you told me the Bengals drafted a starting tight end from Iowa in the 7th round, I would be amped. There are so many good tight ends in the NFL that went to Iowa. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
It's just, and for like a 7th round pick at a position in need, why not? Right? That's my favorite pick. And you did the same thing, and I copied you because I liked it so much. Also, I like the idea of Sam Hartman in the 6th round. I like that pick. I think there's value there because I think the Bengals have an exceedingly quarterback friendly offense. Sam Hartman's a guy with some talent, played in kind of multiple systems. I don't know if he was talked about as being like a 1st round guy last year, but 6 rounds just feels low for him as a prospect.
Yeah, but I don't think you'd be able to keep him on the practice squad. I don't know if they would waste 3 spots on the roster, the 53-man roster for quarterbacks.
I mean, if he's a 6th round, if he's truly a 6th round guy, why wouldn't you pick him?
Because you would want him to make your team if you're picking
a 6th rounder. If he's, to me, it's worth the risk.
I mean, if you got 20 picks like you do, then why not, right?
Right? No, just take that part out of it. Like, say, like he's there in the 6th round. Why not bring him in? What if you think he's better than
have like a proven backup?
No. What if you think he's better than that guy?
Then you would have to trade.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, if you draft him, you think, hey, maybe this guy's better than our backup.
But I mean,
I draft him,
and think you have the wrong way of thinking. I think they should always have a backup type situation because.
Well, but I mean, if you could get into the position where you could trade, what's his face, right?
Yeah, Browning.
Yeah, you could trade Jake. So my way of thinking
is
of
eventually
it
going to happen. I think
depends on how you look at Jake Browning. To me, I think Jake Browning's just a guy, right? And if and the way I look at it is, if there's like a quarterback prospect that's available 6th, 7th round that you think might be better than Browning, draft him. If he's not better than Browning, then okay, I put him on the practice squad, right? If he is better than Browning in your view, then you trade Browning, pick up some value, pick up something, right?
Yeah, it just like I said, I feel like if you had all those picks, then yeah, I mean, even with I think the 7 picks that we have going into this draft, or do we have more than 7? I think we might have 9, right?
I don't know. I got like 25 picks. I'm a master general manager.
Rounds we have because of the compensatory picks. I think we got 2 of those, so I think we have 9. But I think because like so many contracts are up that we're gonna have to fill some of those spots, like some of the backup linebacker positions. We're gonna have to fill up maybe 2 spots for receivers.
Mm-hmm.
So like, there's gonna be a lot of picks that are gonna be needed at least for depth, right? So I
Yeah.
just don't know.
Yeah. I mean, the one thing I don't like is I would have picked a wide receiver earlier because I don't think you re-signed T. Higgins at this point. I've kind of gone back and forth on it, but I wouldn't re-sign Higgins. I would
I think you
sign a
bring him back at
tackle.
least one more year, but
No, spend that money on tackle guard. I'd rather have a
or
tackle or a
at the
guard.
very least, do what you were just talking about. If you don't want to keep him in the long run, at least re-sign him to where you can at least get something out of him.
But you can't trade him.
You
If you
can.
re-sign him, only if you re-sign him to like an extension. You can't franchise and trade him.
Yeah,
Like
you can.
franchise tags are like impossible to trade because of the cap hit. It's such a massive cap hit that
Yeah, but
very
I think
few
you just get
teams
into
can take it.
situations where if you know you're going to go for the trade, then they're going to extend the player as a trade. Like,
Yeah,
I think that's
I don't think you can do that because it's like
isn't that
fully
what happened
guaranteed.
to the receiver that's Brown, AJ Brown?
AJ Brown,
Yeah, yeah.
I
I
don't
feel like
know.
that's exactly what happened to AJ Brown.
Okay, well then I don't want to do it because that was a terrible trade.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I think if you're looking at just pure talent, with T can offer versus what's coming in, I don't think there's anything that can technically replace what he does. So I think you kind of have to keep him from that perspective. Is that
I agree that it would
so that
be unless you pick in the first round, you'd be hard pressed to find a guy that could replace T. Higgins.
even in the first round, like, who's gonna in this draft? Well, I guess Marvin Harrison, yes,
Oh
but
yeah,
we're not getting that pick. So it's like there's
no,
no realistic pick that's going to come to us that's going to be able to replace. But outside of that, no. Like,
yeah, but like holistically though, if the Bengals could ever
the
get to the point
Spurrow
where they
wasn't bad.
had if the Bengals could ever get to the point where they have an elite offensive line, then you could take a step back at wide receiver 2 because you know the Bengals have won games without T. Higgins this year.
Yeah, but that's because we had Chase and vice versa.
Well,
Like,
yeah, I'm not
we
saying
win
it.
games without
I
Chase
would.
because we had Higgins.
To me, it's very much like the Chiefs, right? The Chiefs were fine until they got rid of Tyreek Hill, right?
Well, yeah, to a certain degree. Like, they had one decent year without him, but he definitely caught up to him.
Yeah. So to me, it's like you need the elite guy, and you can kind of plug in the second
Well,
guy.
to your point, and what I don't think it's necessary to have both T and Jamar Chase, but I do think it is an advantage that you can have over other teams. When you
Yeah,
have
no,
both.
I agree 100%.
But
That's an advantage, but those days are gone. Like you got Joe Burrow's cap number at 30 million now. You just can't do it anymore.
I don't know. We'll see. I mean, I've seen other people talk about it as if like they won't. I think they'll at least take him 1 year. I think you gotta really see what T and Chase can do before you kind of let it go, and then you also, at the very least, take him and trade him. At the very least, because if you can take and trade him, you can at least get like a second or like a third round pick. Plus, you're gonna free up that cap space as soon as you trade him. So it's like there's no. Because if you take and trade, you're most likely going to get like a second round. I don't know, maybe even a first round. I don't know, possibly. Most likely a second round, right? Easily. If you let him go, then the most you're going to get for him is a third round, which you're most likely going to get it, right? If you just let him sign somewhere else.
Yeah, you get a third rounder.
So at least if you tag him, I think you at least get a second round for sure. Because of Carolina, I mean, they're going to trade a second round pick for him. They would probably trade a first round pick for him if they had one.
Well, if we can get Carolina's first round pick, I would trade him because Carolina
Well, it would have to be
is
next year.
sinking ship.
I don't know. I do think they keep him at least one more year, but I think if they do spend money, I mean, which they will in the free agency for like other positions, I think they're going to go for veterans on the defensive line, and then because I just think it's one of those first rounds where we should get one of those tackles that we can actually replace Jonah with, and I feel like I know they don't have a good track record, but if you couldn't replace a Jonah Williams, that's a $15 million player with a rookie contract. I mean, that's where
Yeah,
the
I
value is.
mean, basically that's how it works, right? I guess for lack of more sophisticated analysis, to me, any rookie you side basically doesn't really count as a cap hit, right? Because you can do things to
Right.
make the money work, right?
It's so
Like,
small
like,
compared to
like cutting Joe Mixon, which is kind of like a foregone conclusion to me. So yeah, I mean, if you're confident, I mean, the math works. I'm just so gun shy about the Bengals drafting another offensive lineman because they've done such a bad job at drafting
yeah,
offensive
but if you
linemen.
think about the times that they've done bad, it's like when they get like a
Who's the best offensive lineman that the Bengals have drafted in a decade?
well, it would have to be Jonah Williams, but that
Okay,
was
and that was
because
with
he
like
was a
the
good
10th
prospect.
pick.
The other one they gambled on the project, right?
I'm just saying that like Jonah Williams
And
was
all
like
the
a
other
number
ones
10
were kind
pick.
of like because there were other options that we could have picked that people wanted, but we went
Mhm.
with Carmen, right?
Yeah, no, I remember that very distinctly. We mocked that. We may have even mocked Jonah, or I'm sorry, Jackson Carmen to the Bengals, but like I remember liking the
No,
guy from Texas better. I don't
no,
know
I
if he's
think that
done anything.
I don't
And
think
then
anyone picked him,
I think
or
I
at
rode an
least not those.
elevator in Georgia with that Cleveland guy from the Bulldogs, and I was like, yeah, that's an offensive guard if I've ever seen one. Um, so I don't know. I don't know if those guys are playing though, right? Who's the guy from there's a we could do this, right? We did this before. No. Tackle. Okay. Let's look at college since we're talking about it. NFL draft, right? Were we able to no, we were doing player rankings, right? College. Where was the player ranking thing? Do you see it down here? Player grades. Oh, here you go. Guard. Draft year. Oh, you can only look at forward. That's annoying. Okay. NFL. Guard. Draft year. What was Carmen? 21? Yeah, I like that Sam Cosme guy from Texas. And we love Quinn Miners, right? That guy with like the YouTube of like working out in the woods and stuff.
Oh yeah,
Um,
I think we even like Jenkins, Tevin
yeah.
Jenkins.
So like these dudes are like real NFL dudes.
Yeah,
I don't see Cleveland though.
that's what I'm saying. Like we kind of went off track and we went more with the guy that we thought we out scouted or whatever. Which
Yeah.
sometimes we get
Yeah,
it
because
right.
he worked out with our former offensive line coach. It's just
Here,
like
let's do this while we got a little time. Let's can you pull up YouTube and then maybe we can watch film on the top tackles, because I think once you watch them, I think you'll kind of like, because I mean I'm with you, like I don't have much trust in them
okay,
developing
who are we
linemen,
looking
but
at?
I feel like these people are so good that
Top or you just want to name guys, right? Who's the
just
first guy we should watch?
yeah, let's just look at the top three that I think we'll probably get, which will be Mims.
Okay. What's his name?
I forget his first name. It's
He from Georgia?
Georgia. Yeah. It's like
Marius Mims, Georgia highlights. Let's watch it.
it's like Mims.
The
Latham is
offensive
probably the
line
most
is
polished.
so vital in both the NFL and in college football. One of the reasons that
So is he 77? Well, he's playing right tackle. That's good.
Yeah, no, he's the ones that we're looking at are all right tackles.
I mean, he's a starter at Georgia. He looks. I mean, of course, he's going to be like a freak, right?
I mean, yeah, I like Washington, but this guy is like Washington, but with a actual lineman build. Like,
well, yeah, okay.
Darnell
I
Washington.
don't see that as a offensive tackle highlight. That should mean nothing.
The thing about him is that he's got probably the best upside out of all the prospects.
Yeah,
because his experience is not as much. I mean, like performance wise, he's just as polished. Like has as many results, but he just doesn't have as much playing time. So it's like there's still more potential. And he's a unit at 6'7", 340. Like
no doubt that he's an elite athlete, but
those are the guys that we want protecting Joe, though. You know what I mean? Like,
I want guys who can play. I mean,
right,
yeah, elite athlete. You assume they're going to play.
For our line, the prerequisite should be big, right? No small, undersized people. We want a big, right?
Well, I don't know. Let's show all. These highlights are showing me. It's all just Tennessee highlights. I don't even know if the guy from Tennessee is any good.
Well, why don't you just find a different video, though? But I would say someone from Tennessee is pretty decent. Joe Alt, I think, plays left tackle, though.
Let's look at some positives here.
But yeah, all these linemen.
Okay, so Ohio State. This guy's going to be an NFL player. 44. That means something.
Huge.
Yeah, like he's massive. He's 6'8". I don't know who's the team in red. I don't even know who that is. Is that Louisville?
I can't tell.
Louisville.
Yeah, that looks like Louisville.
I don't know. Do the Bengals pull their tackles much? I don't know. It shows me much to see them pull.
They do.
Okay. To me, it's
were
like
starting to pull,
44 is like a legit NFL edge rusher. So any film against 44 from Ohio State, like
Here, look at J.C. Latham, the right tackle for Alabama.
Okay.
I mean, if Joe Alt's there, then obviously, why wouldn't we take him? But I just
okay, that's unrealistic. I gotcha. Right tackle at 18 seems realistic, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Latham, Mims, and then Fuaga. I feel like all have a realistic shot of being there.
Okay. Wait, what's his number?
I think he's 65.
Okay.
Like to me, like not like to me is gonna feel very similar to Jonah Williams, where like you just know what he's gonna get. Like he's not gonna be like anything special.
Yeah, to me that's not
really
good
consistent.
enough, man.
I mean, it's good enough if you don't want to pay that person $15 million a year just to be average, right?
Yeah, I agree with that.
I think you might like, and to me, he would be my third, Latham.
Yeah, I don't. This,
but
I mean,
I like Fuaga.
I am not an expert on this, but I do not like this guy. I don't like it. Also because like Alabama's offensive line was basically like what held them back from winning the championship this year, right? like that was their offensive line was suspect.
I don't know. Just there's so many sites that have this guy rated better than Mims and Fuaga. Look up Fuaga, the right tackle out. I think from is it the Beavers?
Yeah, Oregon State.
Yeah, Oregon State. I like him.
Okay.
I like him too because he's like Samoan or whatever. It's just like I feel like they play with attitude.
I'm the same. I like.
And
he right
he's
tackle?
like he's more athletic build and he's supposed to be a really, really good run blocker too.
I like that. I like that play. He's mean. That's good.
He seems like he's athletic like the Mims guy. Like they're big guys, but they can move. I feel like the Latham seemed to not be as like fluid.
Yeah, but I mean, it's just like I don't care what you do against Colorado or UCLA. That shows me nothing. Unless you're absolutely wrecking dudes, like just burying linebackers on run plays, which is fun. But I mean, I don't know much about the Pac-12 this year.
UCLA is pretty decent.
I mean, they're decent, but is there
that Latu,
is their edge guy any good? Is this guy good?
Yeah.
Is 15 good?
Yeah, that's that Latu, the guy who can rush from both ends.
Okay. Well, then that's something. Okay.
Like to me, this guy would be my second. If we can get Mims or this guy, I feel like, or I would even take Latham just because, like,
I mean, I like it. I don't know that I see anything that. Okay, Oregon was pretty good this year. Whoops. Yeah, I mean, he moves good. He's able to catch those smaller dudes on run plays. But to me, like, I don't even care about run blocking from the right tackle. I just want a guy that can pass block. I mean, Oregon State was pretty good this year.
I feel like we need to find better highlights for that Mims too. We're only watching him against one team.
Yeah.
Ray Lewis.
Yeah. Well, there you go. All pass blocks versus South Carolina.
Airbnb.
Hmm. I like how it's supposed to be all pass blocks, but then they show a couple running plays. Are they RPOs or something?
Yeah, I think they just messed up.
Well, I could block that guy in that play. I don't know. I don't see anything.
That 55 looks pretty good too. He looks
Who's
solid. The guy from Washington. I think he's left tackle as well, but
who else is there? Oh, Fashanu.
he looks real good. I mean, he's just like
right
all
now.
like they're.
Yeah, let's look at Jordan Morgan. What is okay? There you go. Left tackle.
What was his name? Joe Morgan?
Jordan Morgan.
Jordan Morgan. Okay. So it was Joe Morgan. We got to get that guy.
Yeah.
It feels like
Who did Arizona play in the bowls?
it looks like they're playing UCLA right there.
Yeah, but I mean, they played somebody in the bowl that kind of smoked them. Who was that? They played
I'm not sure.
Oklahoma. Morgan Island.
Kind of has like a Jonah Williams build.
That's not good.
Well, I mean, like for me, just appearance wise, he doesn't look that big, which I'm sure he's like to the average person huge, but to like a left tackle, he just doesn't seem that big. But
Yeah.
it's not necessarily a bad thing. They're just really smooth, I guess, athletic for their size.
No, I mean, he looks thicker than Jonah Williams.
Yeah. Now, I think there's definitely gonna be like between like 5 and like 8 tackles going in the first round. Like I
Yeah.
just feel like there's just a bunch of solid tackles. I mean, nothing like they just seem like tackles that you can start and like you're not gonna have too many problems with. Like, not to
No,
say
I mean, as much as I don't want him to do it, I think the way you're seeing it is probably the way it's going to go. Just makes sense.
it's just
right.
where the value is.
Because the Bengals aren't going to be like, we suck at drafting offensive linemen, right? They're going to be like, we know how to pick offensive linemen. Even though if you look at tackles on all the NFL teams, the Bengals have the 44th best tackle. And then Jonah Williams is James Hudson, Bearcat, 46. Woof. Jonah Williams is the 61st best tackle in the NFL.
Right.
So to me, it's like just spend the money and get one of these guys from New England. This Mike Onwenu, right? He was 29th best.
Yeah, I mean, just
right
depends on how
tackle.
much he wins.
6'3", 350.
Actually, I want to see. Can you look at the defensive tackles? I think that's something we didn't really get to touch on
In the NFL?
Yeah.
Interior defenders, you mean?
Yeah. Defensive tackles. Are these free agents?
DJ
Or these are
Reader
just,
is 11th.
I mean, if there's a way we could re-sign him, which I think
they probably can re-sign him.
because he's gonna have to start the year on the pup, I would imagine.
Yeah. So BJ Hill's 40. Not bad.
I want to say.
Okay,
Baltimore
so you want to look
has
at free agents.
Yeah.
That's the Bengals free agents.
I guess Chris Jones is gonna be on there.
Yeah, let's get this guy.
Oh, they have
Ooh,
Chris Jones
T.
as the
Higgins
number
is
one.
4th. So I think T's going to get franchised.
For sure.
There you go. Justin Madbuiki.
Yeah, that's the guy I'm thinking of. Because he's young, and I don't think he's necessarily going to demand like. Well, I guess if he's the top 6,
$23 million a year. That's
yeah,
pretty
okay.
good.
Yeah, no,
Christian Wilkins. I remember him. So I think he's going to franchise. So do you do 4 years, 23 million for Dustin Madubuike?
I don't know. That still might be a little bit too steep for
I
me.
think that's too expensive for the Bengals.
I mean, I would do it if it was like 15, like what you would pay, what we're paying Reader, but
I don't think you can spend that much money on edge. To me, it's just if you draft an offensive lineman, then to me you got to sign Tyron Smith. If it's $10 million to get Tyron Smith, then I would do it.
is that what they're saying? Oh yeah, 1 year.
Yeah.
That's like a Band-Aid.
Yeah, you got Leonard Williams. 3 years, 51.
It's not bad. That's what we were paying Reader.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like if we do that, then I doubt we bring back Reader though.
Yeah, I like Leonard Williams. That makes sense. If you can get him for around that. That's basically you redo what Reader's contract was when they signed him.
Yeah.
Because he was like the number 1 overall pick.
Yeah, but how old is he?
This is like his second contract, I think.
Oh, okay. Then yeah, that's not bad.
Wait, yeah, after received second franchise tag. Okay, this is like his third contract.
Still, I think the main thing is that he's under 30, which I would imagine he's probably around 27, 28.
I don't know. Oh, he's a 6th pick. Sorry. He's 30.
Oh, damn. Okay. Maybe not. I think if they sign anyone that's like over 30, then it might be just be for like a year deal.
Yeah, so they're thinking Reader's 3 years, 46. Yeah, I just the fact that he got hurt, I think it dramatically increases the chances that the Bengals re-sign him. Like, I don't think he's going to get 3 years, $46 million in free agency.
No, I think he's gonna have to do a 1 year deal.
But like, if you're the Bengals, I could see doing like 3 years. Like, look at this, Trent Brown, 2 years, $15 million. Yes, just do it, right? Or Mike Nwayu, so he's going to get 15. Awuzie. Bengals are going to get a lot of compensatory picks. Chase Young. I like this signing. Even though I don't know, could the Bengals ever sign Chase Young?
I think he'll get a 1 year deal, Chase Young.
No, I mean, but could they?
Yeah.
I mean, he's the guy who took out Burrow.
Was he?
Mm-hmm.
That was
When Burrow blew out his knee, his rookie year, it was Chase Young that did it.
I thought it had more to do with the person, like the guard falling on him, but yeah.
there's a boy, Kevin Zeitler.
He's old.
He's like the last good offensive lineman the Bengals drafted. This is Kevin Zeitler.
Yeah, see, like I feel like the Ravens are going to be in trouble after this year because they have so many like good players that are going to be free agents.
Yeah, Clowney would be a good signing for the Bengals.
I think they're already
1
over.
year, $9 million. Bang.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like Clowney or what's the person we were just talking about? If we don't draft
Leonard Williams.
not Leonard Williams, the other guy.
Mm. But I like the idea of the Bengals picking up like one of these edge guys. You know, like 15 million for a year or two to complement, to add like a guy that can rush from the right.
Yep.
Ooh, Patrick Queen. Bengals don't have any money for linebackers. Yeah, Leonard Floyd. Look at this. 1 year, $6 million. Grover Stewart.
Yeah, the Ravens will only have 5.6 million in cap space for next year, projected so far. Which I'm sure they're going to do some funny business and move some of that money down. But I mean, the most they'll be able to keep. Yeah, I don't even know about that. Like, at some point, you just can't keep doing it. Like, you got to take the hit.
Mm-hmm.
Browns are 13 million negative. So I feel like the Browns and Ravens, even the Steelers were -6. I don't like how. How are they so bad with their money?
There you go. Go back to the well here. Sheldon Rankins. Another Texans interior guy. Gabe Davis. 1 year, 12 million. I don't know, man. Dalton Risner. Who's Ezra Cleveland? Is that the Cleveland?
The guard?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, no, he's Boise. I'm thinking of a different Cleveland. There you go, Tart. Fletcher Cox. It's crazy, man.
Tyler Boyd, 74? Really?
Yeah.
I thought they just re-signed Pierce. I feel like they did.
Yeah, they did. Yeah. This might not be a bad signing. 2016. So it puts him at, he's 31. Gosh, that was 8 years ago. Wow. All right. I think we've done enough mindless scrolling throughout the free agency.
Yeah.
I do concede that I think you're right. I think they're going to end up taking an offensive tackle.
Well, I mean, if they do sign one of those offensive tackles in the free agency, then they most likely are going to go for a receiver or yeah, probably a receiver, corner, or I guess edge guy if the right one falls. But
no, I just think you're right. They're going to draft a tackle.
I just feel like there's so many they're going to choose from because it's like, what they're going to do if the one that doesn't drop to us that we want they're going to trade back like they always do, get more picks, and then take the second tackle that they wanted to get.
Get someone that's worked out with Paul Alexander.
Yeah. We'll call that guy.
Like, do any of you guys know Paul Alexander? Do you guys? Because we know something that nobody else in the NFL knows. We know this guy's going to be awesome.
Stop the cap.
We know he's going to be awesome.
Yeah, literally, if we would have drafted any of those other receivers, linemen, we would have been A-okay.
Golden. They overthought it because they could have picked the number one guard. They could just drafted the best guard, plug and play, done. Right? Oh well.
It's all right. All right. Well, we'll end it here. Peace.